Story 1. Learn to walk away quietly. Nothing is more powerful than knowing your worth and not needing to prove it. Story 2. Honestly, I would tell my younger self, stop trying to have everything figured out by 25. Life is not a checklist. There is so much pressure to achieve certain milestones, career, relationships, success, as if there is a timer running in the background. However, looking back, the things that truly shaped me were not the ones I planned. They were the detours, rejections, and random decisions that felt small but ultimately changed everything. Story 3. Stop talking to her. Stop writing songs about her. Delete her number. Ignore her attempts to contact you. She cheated on you and humiliated you in public. She hit you when you stood up to her. She dumped you and then slept with your friends. She has a new boyfriend who is irritated by your presence. She is stringing you along for an ego boost. She is not your friend. This isn't love. You look pathetic. Have some self-respect. You are worth more than this. Story 4. Get fit and stay fit. Get checked out. You might have detected that heart condition earlier. Focus on education. Help people. That's what you love to do. You will figure that out eventually. Story 5. You don't have to become who others expect. You just have to become someone you can live with. Be kinder to yourself. The world will try to shape you, rush you, and make you feel behind. You're not. Healing isn't linear. Growth isn't loud. Real love starts with how you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. Story 6. So much. Ask more questions. Read more. Wear sunscreen. Travel everywhere. Keep your head high and always walk away from things gracefully. Relationships, jobs, conflicts. Don't always try to get the last word in. Trust your instincts. Build healthy habits in a way that feels good to you. Your body will thank you. A positive attitude, a strong work ethic, and good relationships will open more doors than any degrees will. Don't get caught up trying to keep up with others. Give back to your community or a cause in any way you can, at least once a year. Financially, split up your direct deposit so that something goes into your retirement account before it hits your checking account. A percentage-based approach is ideal, but even $25 per paycheck is great too. Investing in the S&P 500 requires minimal effort and offers high returns for someone who prefers a hands-off approach. Never buy an annuity, and if you need a money manager, choose one that is a fiduciary. No matter how bad things get, believe in yourself and trust that you will end up better than you were before. The challenging parts of life are the most important, and while it doesn't always make sense when you're in the thick of it, you will look back and see how everything is connected. Before traveling internationally, download your itinerary and confirmation numbers because not every country has Wi-Fi. Also, keep a copy of your license and passport in cloud storage. It helps you obtain a new one much more easily at an embassy. Story 7. Focus on yourself rather than trying to find a partner. There is plenty of time to enter a relationship later on. Story 8. The friendships and parties only last for a limited time. Do the hard work now, and you will be better off as you grow older. Story 9. Stop trying to please everyone around you. No matter what you do, people will always have a comment about it. Focus on yourself, engage in activities you love, and pursue what makes you better. Story 10. No, you do not need to be friends with everyone. In fact, you will save us a lot of trouble if you create a decent standard for them to reach. Story 11. It would be something like, I know that you won't stand up and start doing anything if I say, but it will have terrible consequences. I was too lazy when I was young. Story 12. People have their own concerns and are unlikely to dwell on that one time you made a mistake, no matter how embarrassing it felt at the moment. Story 13. Don't settle for individuals who do things you dislike, and do not be afraid to be yourself, as you will find friends by being authentic. Story 14. Don't let others influence you. If they do something foolish and you find it amusing, remember not to drink alcohol in excess, as it can harm your liver. Story 15. Keep cooking. You're better at it than you think. Learn to love yourself. You need therapy more than you're ever willing to admit, and it's okay. Trust me, it works. You are not your trauma. Not advice, but I would just give myself a long hug and tell myself that everything will be okay. Story 16. Don't stress too much. It won't matter in a few years, and you will achieve what you desire. Continue to manifest beautiful things in life and focus on finding what makes you happy. Don't sleep too much. Take action. Story 17. Realistically, the advice would likely be the same as what others have shared at this stage. The difference would be listening to my younger self and allowing my voice to be heard in a way that I felt it wasn't when I was younger. Many belittled me while demanding to be heard. If I could have that chance, it might involve being allowed to express my frustrations and having someone ask the right questions to help me feel understood. Story 18. You don't need video games on the release date. Save that money and buy later on Steam at 50% off. Story 19. You can live off spinach, oats, and dairy. Buy a stick blender so you won't be 30 pounds underweight. Also, remember to use protection. Story 20. Never trust a fart during a sneeze. Don't cut your own bangs at 2 a.m. And for the love of everything, do not text your crush, hey 37 times in a row. Story 21. Don't rush to meet other people's expectations. Take time to figure out who you really are and what you want, not what you're told you should want. Trust that mistakes are part of the journey, but don't be afraid to say no and take breaks when you need to. Time isn't your enemy. It's your ally if you learn how to use it wisely. Story 22. Striving for what makes you happy versus what we view as successful isn't bad advice. It's the only way you can live without feeling overwhelmed. Story 23. I would tell myself to stop worrying so much about other people's expectations and opinions and to focus more on what I really want and think and work towards that. Story 24. Okay, deep breath. I almost cried when I read your question. I'm someone who has experienced childhood violence for years. Right now, I'm living with bipolar disorder and clinical depression, day by day. But I'm much stronger than I used to be. However, I was very fragile even just 5 years ago. I want to remind myself, you were doing your best. It's not your fault you were born into that kind of family. It's not your fault you had to go through all that pain. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to feel depressed. But you have to move forward. Keep fighting. You will get to that point. You will achieve what you want. Story 25. Make more friends, save more money, travel whenever you can, and learn to say no without the need for an explanation. Story 26. Exist more quietly. Don't overshare with others, especially with people you don't know well. Just work and rest in silence. Story 27. Take more notes. You may think you will remember things, but you won't. Write it down. I wish I had emailed myself my child's key milestones or even kept notes on all the important events, jokes, and memories. Story 28. Stop allowing others to dictate your actions, especially if you do not wish to comply. You may face difficulties now, but it will not weigh on you in the future. Story 29. Start investing earlier, even small amounts. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are. Most people are too wrapped up in their own insecurities to notice yours. Story 30. Charisma is important. You don't need to be a master of charisma, but people are drawn to those who are confident and know how to engage. Improve your speaking skills to add impact and energy to your words, so others perceive you as competent. In this society, one of the least appealing traits is weakness. People are not attracted to those who lack energy in their presence. Story 31. Be confident in everything you do. Half the world is scared, while the other half is just pretending. Story 32. Don't have children before traveling the world and enjoying your youth. Enjoy your 20s. Your life feels completely different when you have kids. Nobody ever told me that. Nobody warned me. I became pregnant on my wedding night because I wanted to experience intimacy with my husband. 2 children and 5 years later, it is my biggest regret. It has been one of the most physically and mentally painful experiences I have ever had to endure. It didn't help that I had my first child when the pandemic hit. My body and hormones became unbalanced during pregnancy and postpartum, leading to severe postpartum depression and many other issues. It also didn't help that my children struggled to sleep during their first year of life, and both are boys. which studies have shown can shorten one's lifespan and lower IQ. Story 33. I would tell my younger self to stop rushing and worrying so much. Life doesn't need to be figured out all at once. Trust the process, take your time, and know that things have a way of working out when you stay true to yourself. It's okay to not have all the answers. Story 34. Embrace challenges, learn from failure, and stay curious. Take risks, try new things, and do not be afraid to make mistakes. Encourage yourself to never give up, even when things get tough, and keep pushing forward. Most importantly, be kind to yourself and cherish every moment, because time is precious and life is short. Story 35. Stay true to myself and trust my instincts. Others' opinions do not define me. The only opinion that truly matters is my own. It is okay to make mistakes along the way, as they will make me wiser and more resilient in the future. Most importantly, I would remind myself to follow my dreams, no matter how difficult or far-fetched they may seem. Story 36. Get off your phone. Use an application that displays your screen time for each app as a pop-up. You will be surprised by how much it increases and you will put it down. Story 37. Do not compromise on your boundaries. Respect them and your health. Do not give in to others simply to be accepted or loved at any cost. Story 38. Beware of your father. He is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode on you and your siblings. Story 39. Perhaps I should be much more cautious. I shouldn't trust people easily and should always listen to my intuition when something feels wrong. Story 40. Don't listen to the things that trigger you while you still can. If you do, they may eventually make everything miserable for years. Story 41. While in a relationship, don't become too attached. It can affect your mental well-being when that person leaves. Story 42. It is not normal to dread going to work and to experience passive suicidal thoughts. Consider seeking another job before the situation worsens. Story 43. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. I have found the more you put in, the more you get out of it. Story 44. Do not take on extra work shifts when asked. Your body will not thank you if you continuously push yourself past your limits. Story 45. Younger me, stop stressing about fitting in. Life is a strange mix, and you are just one unique part discovering your flavor. Story 46. Learn to do things for yourself. Engage in activities that benefit you or that you enjoy. I was never selfish enough. It may sound negative, but I never stopped to consider that I needed to be happy. Story 47. You are not doing wrong. You are tackling life the best you can by being open-minded. Story 48. When you're 30 and meet a challenging person from a dating app, focus on your mental health and stay committed. It's also a good idea to distance yourself from that side of the family. You won't regret it. Story 49. Learn to love yourself because no one else will. There will be many distractions, but true love will always remain a fantasy. That said, stay single and focus on working hard to make yourself happy. Story 50. Don't be too hard on yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat others. I used to hate myself for being sad, and it made me more miserable. At 17, I am in a much better place and can be kind to myself, but I wish I had learned how to do that much sooner. Story 51. Come on, girl, don't panic over small problems. Start standing up for yourself. Otherwise, they will make your life a living hell. Stop thinking that one day everyone will notice or appreciate you. They will always find mistakes in you. Everyone is jealous of you, so try to develop a carefree attitude. You can't be everyone's favorite. It's not your fault. It's just that not everyone will like you, and you have to accept that and move on. If you always think about what others think of you, you will be in depression for the rest of your life. So just start living. Love you. Story 52. Nobody actually cares about what you are doing. There is no "what will people say?" So whatever you want to do, just do it. Story 53. Save and invest more. Don't focus on being an employee of a company that is not yours. Pursue your own goals and build your own business. Story 54. I know the words hurt, but don't let them know that. If they realize they can affect you, they will come after you more. Walk away and ignore it. They lose interest when they don't get a reaction. I was bullied all my life and often showed that it hurt me too. Until 8th grade, I decided enough was enough and held my head high. The bullies didn't stop, but they weakened and fully stopped within the next year. Don't give them a reaction. It's not fun for them anymore. Story 55. You can do it. Cherish every memory. Love your pets. Save many pets. Save money. Don't worry about what others think of you. Story 56. You don't need to attend university just because your parents expect you to. You should do what makes you happy. Story 57. Getting trapped in an abusive relationship can happen to anyone, and there is always help for victims of abuse if they know where to look. It does not make someone foolish, weak, or naive if they find themselves in an abusive relationship. Story 58. You are not a bad person. You have faced many challenges and realistically had no help. Please love yourself. Story 59. Do not let others think for you, and be aware of influences that may lead you down a path you do not want to take. Story 60. Never trust a white man with blue eyes. Walk away at the first red flag and never go back. Run and save yourself from drugs and any addictions. You are not alone. Never chase love, you will be found. Don't be afraid to start over again. You won't start from zero, you will start from experience. Don't give up and follow your dreams. Get up and find the strength, even when everything seems hopeless. Learn to love yourself in order to love anyone. Never confess your feelings. Keep it to yourself. It's okay to be rejected. Redirect yourself to the right path that deserves your love and respect. Story 61. Do not be friends with Laura. She was a false friend. She deserves to be called by her real name. I was friends with her from the ages of 6 to 9. Story 62. Don't stay in a relationship with a cruel person just because you love them and hope they will change. I wish I had learned that sooner. It has happened to me twice because I didn't love myself enough to know I deserved so much better. At least I know it now. Story 63. One aspect of being nice is actively engaging with others rather than being passively nice. For a long time, I believed that being nice meant not being mean. However, it actually involves complimenting people, taking a genuine interest in them, and doing things to help them feel better about themselves. My relationships improved significantly when I began to compliment and encourage my friends, rather than just being there for jokes. Story 64. Tell all the authorities to leave you alone, and wait until you are 17 years old in high school. Get married immediately after high school graduation. Then attend college or university together as husband and wife. This way, you will be spared 20 years of depression, anger, and misery. Story 65. Get tested for autism and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder sooner. Doing so at an earlier age can change your life trajectory for better or worse. At least you will save yourself from a few uncertainties. Story 66. Take up a sport or a martial art. You will enjoy both and later feel a bit sad that you weren't able to engage with them in your younger years. Story 67. If you are a man, never get married because it is not worth it. If you are a woman, consider getting married to secure financial support. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.